Welcome, everyone, to part 2 of McFly, All About Us, the documentary. We really enjoyed part 1. Nathan, we left on a cliffhanger. Remember? Dougie.
It's like the band disbanded.
He didn't take the nacho. He didn't take the nacho.
He didn't take the...
I don't know. All right. So Dougie goes to Hollywood. That's what this episode's about. He goes to Hollywood. All right. Let's do it. Let's see what happens to Dougie and the band and the boys. Hopefully they get back together.
Yeah, I hope they're able to make it work.
We'd been a band for 13 years. It was everything, and suddenly it was gone.
McFly is literally ingrained in my bones, and it runs through my veins.
I was Tom from McFly, and it just suddenly felt like I've lost all sense of identity.
Me saying I wanted to have a break had the complete opposite reaction to what I thought it was gonna. There was so much drama attached to it, and I'm like,
It looks so different.
That lip ring has got to go. That's terrible. It's so bad.
Maybe it's the lip ring that divided them.
You ever heard of a Prince Albert? You know what I'm talking about?
The only reason I know that is because...
Did I tell you? Did I?
No, because Jack Black does this parody of Lord of the Rings, and they're like trying to find the ring, and things got crazy at the tattoo parlor, and got me a Prince Albert.
Oh man, yeah, the Prince Albert is. You know what they call the girl version of that, right? Jewelry box.
Is that a fact, or is that just...
Okay, I will tell. This is a true story. This is why people love our channel. I was in the Navy. I'm still in the Navy. I was sailing. This was between marriages. Don't at me, ladies and guys. This was between marriages. There was a girl who was flirtatious with me, but I did not partake despite her flirtations and despite my singledom. But she was very attractive, all that good stuff. But she asked me if I wanted to see her jewelry box. She told me about it. She asked me if I wanted to see it. And I said, I'm not really shopping at this time, but thank you. That's very kind. All right. True story. True story.
Me and Harry went over to Danny's to try and plan and formulate what we're going to do next. And there was a definite sense of us three uniting, and Dougie had alienated himself.
Me and Danny were like, let's just carry on without him, and because I was so cross, and Tom was just like, guys, come on.
McFly is us four.
Tom.
We can't do it without Doug. And yeah.
So I wouldn't have predicted Tom to be the one that stuck up for Dougie. He said earlier that he felt quite betrayed by just him not leaving him out of the loop, and then suddenly he's distant and now he's out. That whole process felt like a betrayal, and yet it's Tom that's the one that stuck up for him, and that's cool.
You could argue because he feels the most passionate about it. Yeah, like he was passionate about him when he was in the band. Now he's passionate about him leaving. I also want to say I'm surprised that Dougie was surprised too. That why are you so upset that I'm leaving? I don't get it. But that's an odd comment for him to make. That's probably just his personality. It's not. It might be. Now, narcissism doesn't always mean you're a jerk. I think people misunderstand narcissism. Is narcissism sometimes just you don't see beyond yourself. You just don't recognize that, the things I'm doing really affects other people. He just says, I want to go to Hollywood. I want to do what I want to do. It's not like I'm going to do this to hurt people. Sometimes it does hurt people. But anyways, I'm just thinking, I just want to go to Hollywood. Why are you guys all bent out of shape about this? I don't get it. Everyone took a nacho. You're all looking at me to take nacho. I'm not hungry. I don't want to have nachos. He's not recognizing all these social cues around him. He's just thinking about himself, but it doesn't make him a bad person.
I looked around my house and there was like the discs from our albums and pictures from tours and the awards that we'd won on the shelves, and every time you look at them it's a constant reminder of what you don't have anymore. So I just took McFly down and put it out of my life.
I felt totally insecure. What am I good for? Without this band, I'm nothing.
I was already writing books, ironically with Dougie before this point. But I was like, do you know what? I don't want to do any other band. I'm going to focus on writing.
And I thought, you've got to just get on with it. And I did some things and it was fun. I had some amazing experiences that I'm very grateful for. But I spend most of my time talking about McFly.
I coped with the break by doing a solo tour, solo music. And then obviously the Voice Kids. I think the boys found it hard that I was doing music, but that's all I knew what to do.
My
I didn't know that. I didn't know you did that.
That was that if he's doing a solo album, that's McFly's over. Because he's our front man.
What he did wrong was just not communicating it properly, because I think Tom suddenly found out and he was like, what?
I didn't leave the band to go solo. I was just put in that situation, and for some reason I still felt this almighty guilt for doing it.
It just created this split.
We all just like complete.
Did we know that Danny did a...
No.
Did you know this?
And my next question, is it any good?
I wonder if it's more, I would say like Bruce Springsteen, like I wonder if it's more like acoustic-y type stuff. I wonder. I'm guessing it's something a little bit different than the McFly sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that when this happens in bands, that it tends to have one of those types of effects, right? If the band is very supportive of each other in their roles, and they communicate really well, those solo albums actually strengthen the band. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah,
ignored each other and didn't communicate. Just remember feeling like we've fallen into some weird parallel universe where everything's wrong, and felt like another nail in the coffin for McFly.
On the one hand, I felt inspired because I had friends in Los Angeles who would take me around to see other bands and stuff. And on the other hand, I'm like, oh man, but my band's broken and it's all my fault. And Valium is like a way of just making all of that disappear.
And so I'd seen Doug a couple of times and just felt like he was not in a good place.
He was talking gibberish, and I was just like, hang on a second.
He went from being like quite sketchy to being super chilled and almost dribbling. And again, I was like, there's something wrong, man, there's something wrong.
He's on something. And he'd been clean for 6 years, I think.
The other guys noticed and worked out pretty quickly that I was on something.
And it just became pretty clear that he was in need of a bit of help. And just suddenly it's everything's irrelevant. All the issues are irrelevant.
Having been so angry at Dougie for a couple of years, and then suddenly seeing him go through all that again, I felt really sad.
I was so close to him and I didn't even notice. He was so good at hiding it from me. And that's what's scary about it.
It was a big kind of wake-up call for us all, I think. Because we were like, we've not been there for each other. He's my best friend, and I didn't even know he was struggling.
I said to him, listen, don't freak out, mate, but I know you're taking something. Is everything okay? And then he told me what he'd been taking. He was like at that lethal dosage.
Oh, no.
That's the closest I've come, I think, to really losing myself.
We'd been through it before with Doug, and we knew how to deal with it this time.
I flew out to this rehab and began a really horrible detox program.
It's interesting how his poor Dougie, because his lead, like, all because he didn't take the nacho. All he had to do was take that nacho, and everything would have been just fine. No, honestly, that's the alternate universe. Theoretically, had he said, you know what, I'm going to take this, and they would have been a band, and they would stay together. And it's just interesting how these micro decisions have these macro effects. He made a decision based on what he wanted, not thinking of the consequences. I'm just saying, it just seems like Dougie, just bless his heart, he keeps trying to find his own. He keeps trying to. He needs his friends, is what I'm saying. It looks like he needs these people. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Anyways, poor guy. I feel bad for him.
I think
I had no idea
of his. I would say insecurity, massively insecure. I look at Dougie and I think he probably had a lot of self-esteem stuff going on. Just didn't think of himself as good enough. And it sucks because he's such a likable guy.
That's what I mean. Like, he's a sweetheart. I'm going to go try something different. My band breaks up. Oh, the band broke up. It's all my fault. I'm going to take drugs. It's like, poor guy.
Which is, going to hell and back.
I remember feeling really upset and just thinking, I feel so sorry for Dougie.
So it's quite hard to explain. It was the weirdest time. What was that, my late 20s, just gone. But there was this realization of McFly is non-existent anymore. What the hell is going on?
I remember as well just telling him, like, dude, we're always going to be there. Just like he would be for us.
I guess that was an amazing feeling that no matter what was going on with the band, that just got pushed to the side for a second.
Because with Dougie, he moved in at 15, his parents split up, we were his family. We're all each other's family, really. Probably more so with Dougie, because we were all he'd ever had to cling on to when there was tough things going on in his life.
One day we'll watch us back with our grandchildren. Our grandchildren.
So he went to rehab and obviously isn't really allowed to talk to you. And his counsellor messaged me, and as part of his recovery, someone had to write him a letter. Someone that meant a lot to him. And
yeah.
Tom's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, he is. They're all good. They're all good guys, but yeah.
It was really tough to write because as much as Danny and Harry, my best friend, me and Dougie were best friends who did everything together, and we'd lost that.
My connection with Tom has always been a little bit different to the others. I don't know why. Maybe more like sensitive.
Yeah, when me and Danny could shout at each other and get our emotions off our chest, me and Dougie never did that. It all remained inside. And asking me to write down the things he'd done made me realise he was taking responsibility for things that weren't on him. When you start feeling like, oh, okay, he blames himself. And I've been blaming him, but the truth is, I'm to blame too. It's like they're believing that blame that you've given them, and it's not justified at all. It became clear that one of the biggest blocks for the band was my relationship with Doug. And actually, that was the thing we really needed to repair. So Doug asked if I'd go to counselling with him.
Having one-to-one therapy with Tom, where I thought, I was like, okay, this is gonna be like... Actually was just like the coolest thing we've ever done.
It was just so right. We just really needed that.
And that I feel was like the beginning of it.
Wow, that really pushes them up in my books. How many bands can you think of where a band member said, we're going to do whatever we need to do here. I'm going with you to your therapy or whatever. That you don't hear about that very often. It's very touching.
Yep, they are a family. We hear this. Obviously, I've been listening to music and following bands our whole life, so we're not naive or foreign to the idea of band relationships, dynamics, breakups, get back togethers, you name it. And I think I have heard. I don't know which band, but I know I've heard of bands doing this before. I've literally it's like couples therapy because they really are like a family. You're spending your work days together, you're traveling together, you're collaborating together. Yeah, like even you and I, like we've known each other our whole life, and even with our stupid channel, we've had some, not arguments, but heated discussions and what are we doing with XYZ and things like that's normal to collaborate, but that's where the friction can produce quality, right? I like what they're talking about here, of course, is their relationship. The relationship comes first, not the band. Once they form the relationship again, the band comes back together, but they have to fix each other and their communication and their friendship and their relationship. And then of course the creative part will follow.
Yeah.
And mending our relationship.
And we literally came out of that and we need to get the other two in. We need to do that together, all four of us. Where me and Danny aren't going to shout at each other. Harry's not going to try and control the situation. Doug's going to say how he feels. And so we did. A week later, we all went in with each other.
It was quite overwhelming. I felt sick, I was nervous, I was sweating.
And we were just able to have a pretty honest conversation in that session.
Just telling each other, not just how much we loved each other, how much we'd hurt each other, but in a way that wasn't shouting.
But it's an unbelievable feeling once you finish and you get it all off your chest and you understand.
I think now we have a way deeper respect for each other.
Like we came out and I was like, oh my God, why didn't we do that 5 years ago?
You don't know what you don't know until you know it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's just get on with it now.
I was literally like a racehorse ready to go. Like I'm stuck in the cage on at Newmarket. Ready to go, let me go.
There's a kind of unspoken fifth member to this band, which is our manager, Fletch. He then sent us all a message asking if we'd all get together for dinner at this hotel. And he just went,
guys, I've booked the O2. Who's in?
And it was just this surreal moment. Caught us all off guard.
Who doesn't want to play the O2?
Dan, are you in?
I'm in.
Doug, are you in?
I'm in.
Harry, are you in?
Yeah, I'm in, mate.
Tom, are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Dougie's no, I'm going to Hollywood.
McFly's alive again, more than ever. It's like you've got your life back. It's a good feeling.
It's so strange because from that day on, it was like nothing had happened. To have gone through nearly losing each other, to being on stage at a sold-out O2, playing to people who cared as much about our band as we do. And we're back.
The one night only show, hey? What the heck are they wearing? Oh, it's the trumpet player. Or the trombone.
Yeah.
I'm having this weird reaction to this where I just feel like I like this kind of insight better than some of the other boy bands that we've done. I'm more endeared to McFly now than I think than any other boy band I can think of. I feel a stronger connection to just the band itself because of the stuff they've gone through and because of it just feels more real. They play music that I like. they perform in a way that I like. I already liked them. Like there was something about them before, but this documentary just like blowing it out of the water for me. I really appreciate this. This is good stuff to watch.
I could have said it better, Nathan. Couldn't have said it better. Totally agree.
I'm having an emotional reaction that I didn't think I'd be having. And it's really powerful. I love it.
Good.
The best time I can remember being in the band is now.
It feels fresh again. It feels like something new.
Honestly, one of the most enjoyable things for our band to do is write songs at the moment.
My wife says, "Oh, how was work?" I says, "Yeah, just spent all day laughing."
We're just back to messing around and being us for
work.
our best.
I love the music, I love the fans, and I love the band.
We had our first photo shoot together, 4 of us. Oh, I just feel like I've been on the edge of crying for the past hour. I guess what's making me actually upset is that first day we were back together. We just spent the whole day. Laughing into words what this band means to me.
We all needed a break from each other, and none of us knew that. But Doug knew.
Dougie did nothing wrong, and that's the biggest lesson that we've taken from this.
And looking back, that break was one of the best things we've ever done.
It's all I really know, and it's all I really want to know. I now don't really have any interest in being anything else other than Dougie from McFly.
McFly is just us 4, and when we're friends, it will be there forever.
I'm having this emotional reaction that I didn't think I'd be having. And it's really powerful. I love it.
Good. The best time I can remember being in the band is now. It feels a strange because from that day on, it was like nothing had happened. To have gone through nearly losing each other, to being on stage at a sold-out O2, playing to people who cared as much about our band as we do. And we're back.
here we are.
We're going to do a very special gig for.
That was nice for I like that. Where like Dougie, he was right.
Yeah.
He was right not to eat the nacho.
Actually, like in the end, Dougie's just being Dougie. And it's that all of them, including Dougie, all needed to adapt and figure out where to go next. Here's the other thing I really like. We've listened to both sides of McFly. We've listened to the pre-split McFly, and then certainly performances since then. And I think both of us really enjoy even their performances of old stuff, but in the new, like, post-breakup. Yeah, the sound is even a bit more enjoyable. Would you say that? Because I remember listening to some of the earlier stuff, and it felt, oh yeah, this sounds like other sounds that I've heard. But then we've heard them cover their own stuff in the post-breakup. Yeah. It sounds great. It sounds almost like, oh, I'd listen to that all the time. And it's the same song.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think as they've gotten older too, they've matured with their sound. We talked about definitely the McFly of today is heads and tails better than they were 10 years ago. So partly they're getting older, better musicians, and then they have a resurgence, I think, in their life as a band. I think this is the last two albums in particular. The last two is the two albums. I guess these two albums, latest or since the breakup, because they're recording the new album 2020 and they released Power Play in 2023. Yeah, they're incredible albums. So I agree with what Christina's saying there too. Yeah, they're just. I think it's almost like they're just a different McFly 2.0. I know it's cheesy, but that's probably what it is. It's a resurgence for the band, a second wind.
Absolutely.
Family and friends.
I'm looking forward to the kids seeing it.
Yeah, Cooper's he doesn't know what to do.
It's his first McFly show.
It's going to be his first one.
Same for Lola and kids. Really? Yeah.
I'm told Buzz.
I haven't seen their wife.
So excited.
Yeah, it's cute.
I was there when it happened. I was there when you fell. First time that I saw you cry, the magic died as well. I remember you told me, kid, go give him hell. I was always gonna.
This is how many people would show up to me and Nathan if we went to an event. This is
yeah. Hey, we got this little side event, little tent over here for Welp here on YouTube. Everyone who wants to join us, come join us over there.
Come on in. It'd just be our wife and kids.
That's great. We'd still do it.
The dream that you were trying to sell. Just one of 1,000 people. I didn't see it before. What am I waiting for? Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Might have wasted the tears, but I won't waste the years. Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. I admit to myself that I'm asking for help. Na 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 na. Moments after it happened, thought, okay, this is fine. Then my heart took a holiday and I was left behind. So I stayed in the shadow of who I used to be. Now I look like the person that's been walking over me. Just one of 1,000,000 people. Didn't see it before. What am I waiting for? Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Might have wasted the tears, but I won't waste the years. Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. I admit to myself that I'm asking for help. And I feel that I could fly away, miles away like you. Just one of 1,000 people, scared of asking for help, for my own mental health. Had to say to myself, tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Might have wasted the tears, but I won't waste the
Oh, wow. Oh, it's like a...
So obviously, the year hasn't gone to plan for anyone.
Sorry. So that song feels like almost like a response to that, everything that they just talked about. Like it very much addresses all that. And we've never heard that one, as far as I know.
I don't think we've heard that song. That's what I was going to ask, and I'm sorry if we have. It's of a kind of a Beatles song. What do you think?
Yes, certainly the beginning. Yeah, feels like the organ-y sound. I can't remember which Beatles song that was. It sounds very much like a Beatles song.
Yeah, we're Beatles experts, so we should have known that.
Oh yeah, we are nothing but professionals.
Did you read this or show this comment?
I didn't know that. I've never heard that before. I was gonna just double check. Sometimes we get people that just post stuff, and I'm not quite sure. Sometimes we'll check it. But is that a thing? I'm curious. Is that when did he find out about bipolar disorder? Because I know the diagnosis is a challenging one to get because it has to be like proven through a number of different means. And the reason I know this, I taught school for a long time, and everybody seemed to want to try and self-diagnose themselves as bipolar all the time. And so in order to get that diagnosis, they had to have like a team of people that went in and did. Anyway, I don't dispute that he has the best people to diagnose them, but yeah, just interesting.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Thank you for that insight. That seems legit. From Tom's mouth to our ears. Yeah.
And we're meant to be touring a lot this year and playing some shows, so it means so much to us to be able to play a show today for possibly the toughest audience in the world, our kids and our families, but it's extremely special. So thank you all for being here to listen to us all play. You ready for a song?
Yeah. Some people laugh, some people cry, some people live, some people die. Right into the fire. Some people hide their every desire, but we are the lovers.
I remember this one.
Oh, you believe me when you look into my eyes, 'cause the heart never lies.
Cute.
Some people fly, some people fall, others pretend they don't care at all. If you wanna fight, I'll stand right beside you. Day that you fall, I'll be right behind you to pick up the pieces. If you don't believe me, then just look into my eyes, 'cause the heart never lies.
Yeah, I remember.
Another year over, 'cause we are the lovers. I know you believe me when you look into my eyes, because the heart never lies.
Ooh,
yeah, I like that.
The thing that we felt this incredible amount of guilt and responsibility for was that we.
But I don't think we've done that version. I don't think we've seen.
No, I think we haven't.
There's something like magical about that version. Something just, I don't know. I really loved it, especially Danny's yell there at the end.
Yeah, I know, that's great.
Just that edge. He's got that great voice for that stuff.
Yeah, just that raspy. Yeah. No, he's great.
I want to see them live. I want to see them live, Ryan.
We'll be the only guys in the crowd, but we'll go. We talked about this.
I bet you there's gonna be more. I bet if we go, I bet you there'll be more guys than Five Sauce.
They need to come to North America.
Yeah, that's true.
Never told anyone what was going on and didn't give the fans any explanation.
And I just want to tell the story. It's about love and heartbreak and highs and lows, and it's about dealing with those things, and that's what life's about.
The honest truth is all these things have made us stronger and better and closer. It goes deeper than just being a band. It's about brotherhood.
I had the best 3 friends in the world and best bandmates anyone could ever ask for.
I used to have sleepless nights thinking about how to write another #1. And now what would give me sleepless nights is worrying about my friends.
Stepping out my front door, don't know what I left for. Could have stayed in bed with you all day. I'm already.
I like how Ellie had to say, I saw them last month, 40% were guys and not old young. Yeah, old like us is what she's saying. Thanks. She's saying, oh, you guys would fit right in. You guys would just fit right in.
With all the old guys.
With all the other old guys around there.
It's inside my brain. I never thought a guy like me would find it. I would repeat it if I could rewind it. I guess the only way I could describe it's like hearing a love song and jumping inside it. So this is happiness, yeah, this is happiness. If this is happiness, I don't mind having this. So this is happiness, yeah, this is happiness. If this is happiness, I don't mind having this. Got me in a bubble, oblivious to trouble. Right now there's no one else I'd rather be. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, I don't think that I deserve it. I guess there's something in me I don't see. I never thought a guy like me would find it. I would repeat it if I could rewind it. I guess the only way I could describe it, it's like hearing a love song jumping inside it. So this is happiness, yeah, this is happiness. If this is happiness, I don't mind having it. So this is happiness, yeah, this is happiness. If this is happiness, I don't mind having it. It's like hearing a love song and jumping inside it. So this is happiness, yeah, this is happiness. If this is happiness, I don't mind having this. So this is happiness, yeah, this is happiness. If this is happiness, I don't mind having this. Having this.
Obviously, a very apropos song to end. This is happiness. This is them as a band. This is them as friends. They're with their family. All the things that. And I know it's cliche, but it's okay. And they're performing. Like everyone in that room was the only people that mattered. Really, this is the family, their wives, their kids, friends, their management. These are the people. Like, this is, at the end of the day, this is happiness. This is my family, my friends. And that's how I feel about life. At the end of the day, it's my wife and my kids, and then then Nathan somewhere in there. And then, but that's what I mean. That's what I mean. My people that care, the people that know me and care about me. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Said Ryan.
Yeah, you know.
I feel like we said a lot of the stuff along the way here, and
that's what we do. That's what we do. Yeah.
But I just wanted to say thank you to Christina.
Yes, thank you, Christina.
Because this is fantastic. This really is. This is a treat to be able to do this. I don't know if I would have watched this on my own, but here's a twist to that. If I knew how good this was, I would have watched this on my own.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So we're entering into like territory here where I feel like I'm less of just like a casual fan, like that I feel like with some other bands. With McFly, I feel like, I think I'd go to a concert of McFly and I'd feel just like, this is great. This is good music. It just feels good. This whole thing felt great to watch. And I think we'd really enjoy that. So looking forward to someday they happen to tour North America. Hopefully go to Toronto.
At least Toronto. We would make that trip. Yeah.
Yeah. We're Galaxy Defenders now.
That's right. We're Defenders of the Galaxy.
McFly. Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone who watched this live on our StreamYard during its live, and then those who watched after we're live. Thank you for your patronage and your support. We appreciate it. And this should end up on YouTube. So if it does, that's great. Thank you. And
thanks, everybody. And we will see you on the next one.
We done? Well, I'm out of here.